Last time on Elo Hell, Absulon was once again proving his superiority over his opponent, Dr. Mundo. Everything seemed to be going fine, since top laners never have a clue what's going on around the rest of the map. But that would soon change when he looked at mid. Everything's going right, agreed? Well, little did I know our friend Aurelian Soul was actually getting stronger. And I don't know about y'all, but a fed Aurelian Soul is about as much fun as playing with a toaster in the bathtub. And that's when I came to the realization that this Annie was ass. And I mean really ass. I'm talking LeBron and AD in Game 2 against the Nuggets ass. No, faced with an entirely new ranked match, what will our hero do when egos get too big and teammates start butting heads? Can they all get along, or is it already too late? Find out now on Elo Hell. So I was playing against this Chogath, right? Big boy Chogath, big stepper Chogath. Unlike most of my other games, this one started off quite slow. But if we've learned anything by now, is that your boy Absulon and Darius is like a prime... Fuck, I don't watch esports, who's a good guy to you? Prime faker on the block. I killed Chogath 2 times, not to mention the first time my jungler came to gank, so that now meant that he was 0 for 3. So now at this point, it's only 6 minutes into the game, and I'm heading back lane minding my business on some little Red Riding Hood shit. Then, on my leisurely stroll back to top lane, that's when I realized some discourse happening in the chat. Apparently, Cassiopeia and Lee Sin attempted some gangbang earlier that didn't exactly go well for our dear friend Cass, the subject of today's episode. Now Zach brought up a pretty damn good point, which I proceeded to agree with, and to add fuel to the fire, I added my own input just to help get the message across. Afterwards, I cleared my wave and went to help Lee with the Rift Herald. So that's when I look at the chat again wondering if things cooled down. And that's when I see Cassiopeia telling our support to get the big C. Now, funny story. A couple matches before this one, I too uttered the big C word, which caused me to get chat restricted, and get a warning once more. Which means my time being reformed has been broken. But don't worry guys, I'll be back on a good path soon enough. I'm sure. Anyways, I'm sidetracking, back to the Cass. So now, after that bomb dropped, Cass died a second time. Now at this point, I came to the realization that maybe antagonizing our mid laner wasn't the best way to go. Cause for the most part, she wasn't actively feeding, she generally seemed like she had some sense. So I decided to type out some words of encouragement in order to make her know that there's no bad blood between us, which then prompted her to give her side of the story.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Yeah, whatever. Watch me kill this bitch ass Chogath. Like, why do y'all stay under the turret on a quarter health? You know you're gonna die, like... Retarded Chogath aside, I'm now 3 kills up. I take first turret, and it's looking like a happy day to be a top laner. Nah, just kidding. It's never a good day to be a top laner. With my mission top now complete, I set my sights mid to deal with the big bad Z, when I realized this nigga and I were practically equal. Both level 11, both 301, only difference really was that one CS diff. This was quite literally an equal playing field. Until I got 4 man in a tight space. Ooh, kinky. Nah, but that spike though. What the fuck is wrong with my Wi-Fi? So after the enemy secures Rift, we head to Dragon, while Cho and Cass duke it out top, and I'm sure we all know who won that. Zed tried catching Lee off guard, but he alley-ooped him to me and got shitted on. But then I proceeded to get even more shitted on by my Wi-Fi. Literally. What the fuck is this? If it ain't for Cass, this lag would have been my #1 prohibitor, I swear. So that's when Lee starts pinging Cass, right? At which that point, I was unsure why. And what was Cassiopeia's response, ladies and gentlemen? "2 feet. That is right. Our shit-stained mid laner decided that being trash was not enough. No ho ho. They also had to troll. Now seeing that Cass had died, and at the time assuming that she, only chased to prove a point, I tried to de-escalate things, try to get everyone back on track. Because this game could be won if we had cooperation from mid. Zac lands a great E, and for the first time in a while, shit actually starts looking up, bruh. Psych! Nigga! This is Elo hell, what else did you expect? Cass continues a solo splitting, inting to spite us, while simultaneously my team gets wiped and the enemy gets barren. But you know what? I wasn't about to just give up. I ain't no pussy. It was now so, and I was determined to do anything if it meant securing that drive. Yep, that didn't go well.
I don't see a team, I see coaches.
And of course, as is to be expected, even with Soul up, the already given up Cassiopeia pushes top. And feeds too, cause fuck it, why not, right? Now at this point, I've practically given up all hopes of winning this game, when I see an interesting set of messages in all chat from Chogath. Apparently, this wasn't the only instance this Cass has made her teammates' life a living hell. She's done it prior. No, I'm not doxing anyone or anything, right? But I'ma just leave this username out there in case y'all see it in the future and wanna, I don't know, do something about it. And after being the most degenerate piece of shit imaginable, guys, this Cass still decided to type this to all of us. At this point, I couldn't be bothered anymore. I would have liked to utter a magic 3-letter word to her, but Riot wouldn't find that very sportsmanlike, would they? After we all died for a final time, that then spelled the end of the game, and as such, the end of this episode. You see guys, Cass is what I describe as your typical mid laner with an inflated ego. You see it often, times where you have a mid laner and all they do is spam ping you, even when it's their fault they've died. Or maybe they're playing a champion with a certain level of skill, and so they believe that they're hot shit and should be praised because of it. But one thing remains the same. They're all assholes. Don't be that asshole who trolls or makes your ego get in the way of a win. And don't ever think that you're too good to have to change your style of play or the way that you approach things. Don't be a Riska Worm 49. This has been Elo Hell episode 4. Like this video to spite that dumbass Cassiopeia. And goodbye.